You are watching Origin of Music Blues Edition with your hosts Kelvin Vu and Maureen Delaney.
Welcome to this special segment where we will discuss, listen, and get a real feel for the music genre of the blues. To start off, Kelvin and I are going to discuss the roots and origin of blues music. Kelvin?
Well, blues music has its earliest roots in African forms, originating with slaves brought over from West Africa.
That's right. You know, the contemporary melody musician Ali Farquhar Touré considers blues to be the genre most similar to his style of music. Specifically, Touré hears echoes of Tabashik music in the blues artists' works such as John Lee Hooker.
Now, how this African music was brought to American blues music was an interesting point. Let me tell you about this. Well, the slaves that were brought to America in the 1800s were forbidden, not allowed to use their drums. Yeah. So they turned to traditional African ring shouts and created rhythms with their hands and feet. Through ring shouts, slaves worshipping in praise houses connected the newly imposed Christianity to their African roots, which is also why gospel music is closely related to blues music. Now, field hollers, let me tell you, produced by slaves, were used as a means of communication and were another early vocal style that influenced blues.
You know, I also remember work songs sung by Prison Road Gangs highly influenced the blues in early days.
It's also important to remember that the art of storytelling is another element in blues.
Marvelous.
Yes, indeed. Now, over time, the blues evolved from a narrow folk form to worldwide language.
So, the blues is influenced by African roots, and in turn, the influence of blues can be found in most forms of popular music, including jazz, country, and rock and roll.
Right. In fact, the lines between blues and jazz are often blurred.
Now let's have a listen to the first blues recording, which was by an African-American woman, Mamie Smith, in 1920.
Here's Mamie Smith with Lord, Lord, Lord in 1938.
Lord, Lord, He makes me mad, 'cause He's awfully bad, but I really love that man. Lord, 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 Lord.
Well, that Mamie, she was really working it. Delightful.
Yeah, she was. Now, if you notice, Mamie repeated the word Lord throughout her song. That is very characteristic of blues music.
Yes, it is. Lyrically, the blues ranges from forms based on short rhyming verses to songs using one or two repeated phrases, such as Lord, Lord, Lord.
Oh, well, Lord in the musical structure of blues is typically 3-line stanzas, with the first 2 lines being similar, set to 12-bar harmonic framework called a blues progression.
Yes, the form of the music is very poetic and an aesthetic that remains an ideal for blues performance in general. The recognizable style of the blues may include call and response, the constant rhythmic pulse, blue notes, which are lower third and 7th scale degree, and gritty timbres.
Gritty timbres. I'd like to discuss Muddy Waters and his band and how he transformed the blues into a hard-edged driving sound.
Now, when I was a young boy, at the age of 5, my gonna be the greatest man alive.
Oh yes, his band, strong beat, pounding piano, electric lead guitar, and over-amplified harmonicas characterize his music as urban blues, also known as the Chicago blues.
Chicago blues. Oh yes, well, Muddy Waters was king of Chicago blues, although especially known for his hard pounding rhythms. Constant rhythmic pulse is found in all blues music.
However, blues singers are often much more preoccupied with vocal subtleties like "whoa, yeah," than with rendering the lyrics as written.
Yes, it's all about the emotion in the singer's voice, like your example just now. And now, because of these vocal subtleties, blues music is rather melancholy, heart-wrenching. In early blues music, the lyrics reflect the oppression experienced by people of African descent in the United States, as they sang of slavery, prison, chain gangs, and the indignities of Jim Crow era.
Yeah, blues music is often thought of as being sad music, expressing these hardships. But besides being sad, the blues is also a way to deal with hardship and celebrate good times as well. And because of this variety, blues is also about the basic human emotions: love, heartbreak, happy times, and sad times.
And that's exactly why blues music speaks to people of all races and backgrounds.
Thank you for tuning in to Origins of Music, Blues Edition, with your hosts Kelvin Vu and Maureen Delaney. Stay tuned for more musical bliss on PBS, Sunday nights at midnight. Brought to you by
Zatarant.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no
Such as John
I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke.
Where's that coming from?
I keep hearing Facebook pop-ups in this.
How this African music was brought to American blues music through ring trout.
including jail,
Country. Come on. Whoa. Oh no.
I knew that was gonna.
I'm so close. You got me. Whoa. Oh, I gotta not laugh.